United States prosecutors have recommended that the U.S. Department of Justice, or DOJ, press criminal charges against Boeing. This comes shortly after victims of the two fatal Boeing 737 MAX crashes asked the DOJ to impose a $24.78 billion fine on the plane maker. As reported by Reuters, which cited sources familiar with the matter, U.S. prosecutors have recommended that senior DOJ officials bring criminal charges against Boeing after they concluded that the aircraft manufacturer violated a settlement agreement. The company and the department entered into a Deferred Prosecution Agreement, or DPA, in January 2021, following Boeing being charged with attempting to defraud the U.S. The DOJ imposed a $2.5 billion fine on the company, with Boeing paying a criminal penalty of $243.6 million. The company also compensated 737 MAX customers, airlines, $1.77 billion and set up a $500 million fund that would be dedicated to the families of victims of the two fatal 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019. However, in May 2024, the DOJ alleged that Boeing had violated the DPA since it failed to come up with and implement a compliance and ethics program to prevent and detect violations of U.S. fraud laws in its operations. The DOJ came to a conclusion following the mid-air door plug blowout in January. While the incident resulted in no injuries, it once again resulted in scrutiny of Boeing and its operations, especially the safety and quality of its commercial aircraft, particularly the 737 MAX. Since then, several whistleblowers have emerged alleging quality oversights at Boeing and its supplier, Spirit Aerosystems. One of the most recent developments saw David Calhoun, the now outgoing president and chief executive officer of Boeing, testifying in front of the U.S. Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations on June 18th. Shortly after Calhoun's hearing about Boeing's safety culture, Paul Castle, the counsel for the families of 15 Boeing 737 MAX crash victims, wrote a letter to the DOJ alleging that the two fatal crashes resulted in damages in excess of $12.3 billion, which would make a $24.7 billion fine justifiable. Still, Castle outlined that the fine could be partially suspended if some of the funds were dedicated to improving safety and quality processes. At the same time, the victims' families' counsel asked the DOJ not to offer Boeing any concessions and instead reiterated that the families, invoking the Crime Victims' Rights Act, would request an audience with the DOJ to discuss any potential settlements. What do you think of Boeing potentially facing criminal charges? Do you think the U.S. Department of Justice will follow those recommendations and take Boeing to court? Let us know by leaving a comment down below. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.